With the main badge completed and flashed, we can now turn our attention to the simple add-on or SAO. So set the main badge aside, and let's dig in. We'll begin with the backside, where we be soldering on a 4017 Johnson decade counter and resistor. We'll begin with the resistor. As before, we'll tin the right pad. Then grab the resistor. We'll reheat the blob of solder on the pad and stick it in. Now we will solder the other side of the resistor. I'll spin the board and then add a bit of solder to the pad, making sure it covers both the pad and the end of the resistor. I'll spin the board back. We want the dot showing the location of pin 1 on the decade counter to be on the upper left. Carefully remove the decade counter from its packaging and line it up with its pads as shown. I'll play with the lighting a bit to show you that there is a matching circle on the decade counter showing us which way it needs to go. Now we'll nudge it aside and tin a pad so we can tack it down to the board. Take your time here and make sure the decade counter is aligned with all the pads. Be patient. This is the hardest part of the build, but it can be done. Yay! Now with one pad holding it in place, we can work on the rest. Spin the board and start with the opposite corner. This will prevent accidentally reheating the first pad and knocking it loose. slowly work your way down the pads, and mind the gap between the legs of the decade counter. Now, spin the board back to finish the first side of the decade counter. Don't forget to skip over pin 1. Up next, Step 7, SAO LEDs.